So starting the test drive in this express conversion van, I just drove the Transit 250, and you don't get the same amount of pull, I should say the same feeling of exhilaration with a twin turbo V6. I should say with this V8 compared to the twin turbo V6. The twin turbo V6 just feels quicker. It's more stout, I think, but this is 100% naturally aspirated V8 power. And there's something about that for, I think, a lot of people who are in the market for a conversion van. They like having the naturally aspirated powertrain, not having to deal with turbos. It's almost like a feeling of nostalgia as well. But I'm so glad we have the 8-speed here as opposed to the 6-speed that we had for so long. But this just, it floats down the road. It bounces, but it floats, so it's very comfortable. Now with this having such a long wheelbase, that kind of contributes to that. But with it being a high top, you also want to just be careful taking these things around corners, because just weight distribution and all that is something you want to consider when you're rolling around in something that's this long and this tall. I'm going to come out of this corner here and I'm going to give it some power. See what it can do. So wind noise not terrible here. With this being a big van, I am getting just a bit of intrusion from the wind because it's extremely windy out here today, but nothing I can't handle. Pretty controllable. I will say this is fun in terms of like flooring it, because with it being a V8 as opposed to the twin turbo V6, where it really shines is when you go from, let's say, 60 up, and you don't necessarily need the turbos to get up to speed. You have the full grunt of the V8 there, and yeah, that's pretty nice. It moved just as quickly the needle did from like 30 to 40 as it did from like 60 to 70. So that was wild. But I mean, this is a 6-figure conversion van, as it should be. The power is great. The technology, even though this is due for, I mean, it really isn't due for a refresh because we still love these things, but LEDs, quick swap, you do it yourself, that'd be nice. But everything else that comes on here is really state of the art. You got blind spot monitors. You don't have adaptive cruise. That's the only thing that I wish we could get in these, but we do have the forward collision alert indicator. Love the new Alpine screen. And then everything in the back is state of the art again. So having the smart TV and being able to hook up your PlayStation, Xbox is very nice. But I think if you're in the market for one of these, test out the Transit versus the Express conversion van, because although the Transit is a bit ahead of its time with a lot of stuff, there are still some things that just can't touch the Express Savannah Van Duo. They're tried and true. It's like trying to compare a new, I don't know, like F-150 to an older Tundra. The older Tundra will probably hold up more just because it has a tried and true powertrain. There's less going on. But you may like the naturally aspirated V8 as well. So just compare apples to apples and see what's best for you. But definitely love this van. Still a classic. And this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Chevy Express Explorer conversion van.